for like a Charlie Stramel, for example, judging a guy early on versus waiting? Just what's your take on where he is right now? He's always transferred to Michigan State. Like, I heard he had a tough time in Wisconsin in terms of getting playing time or being used in the right way. But what's your feel a year or so later, kind of where he's at?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for Charlie's upcoming year. I'm not a huge fan of the portal in college, but I do think in Charlie's situation, this is exactly what it's for. This is someone who committed to a different coaching staff, and the opportunity situations changed, and he's had the ability to make a decision, which is great for him. He's now going to go play for his former coach. So immediately there's trust, there's confidence, and with that, it's going to be opportunity. So I'm really excited. Now he has to go do it too, right? This isn't all about what he didn't get. He's got to go out and do it. And I'm excited for him. I think he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I'm excited for what this year looks like for him. But look, this is all part of Charlie's faced some challenges early. Some guys face them later. So this is all part of the process. The linear draft development isn't linear. So for him, he's had some, emotional challenges. He's had now some physical challenges this year. So now can we overcome all those and still become the guy that we envision? We believe so. And he's got our full support, and, we're really excited about this year for him.
Who is that guy you envision? Like, what's the profile? Like, how do you see him fitting into an NHL roster? I don't care if it's 1 or 2 years, 5 years, like when he's there, what player is he?
I mean, obviously the first thing that comes out to you is the physical nature of him, right? And it's not just the size and strength, but it's his mobility. He's got to be abrasive. He's got to be playing hard. He's got to be playing downhill on the forecheck. Charlie's game is never been a stats. He's a point of game player, right? But he's abrasive. He's hard to play against. He's an effective penalty killer. So, those guys are hard to find, especially in a 6'3", 220-pound package that moves as well as he does. If we go back to this time last year, Charlie was one of the guys who really did well at the combine, right? So he's not just a big body. He's an athletic body. So it's size, strength, compete. It's being abrasive. It's really fitting a lot of the identity that, that Bill Guerin has built here in Minnesota.
And I think I was at the draft too, and you guys talked about how much you liked him for a lot of different reasons, but also I think Guerin mentioned is filled the positional need too up the middle. That's important for you guys going forward. And I was curious where you fall in general on that, like the whole debate of positional need in a system versus best player available, and like how you kind of weigh that each year, kind of based upon what's going on.
Yeah, and in the perfect where we can find the balance. We can find someone that is the best player available and fits a positional need or a size strength need or speed need. So we're always talking about our prospect pool and maybe where it's shallow and where we can make gains in a draft. But we don't want to reach too far, so we want to make sure we're still in the range of player that we think is going to be successful. And more than need, I think it's identity, right? I think there's a culture being created. There's a way, a systematic way that Bill Guerin wants this team to play and compete every night. And so when we can find the best available that also fits that, we're going to be, we're going to jump all over that. And it doesn't happen every year. Sometimes you get, a little higher here and a little lower in one area, but overall we want to find that best, cross section of sort of identity plus best available.